The streets so cold, but I ain't never fall. I got niggas behind the wall. The time passed, then they getting old. Been bad style, my mama told me shit. That's how the game go. No, I rich and never did. I'ma get you a Range Rover. Me and while I'm in the streets and I'm hustling, chasing the dream. Can't stand to see my family struggling. Know it hurt my mama, so she heard I was out here busting clips. Oh, don't worry, God got me, and it is what it is. Nobody told me life would be like this. Full of laughter and smiles, but can't be taken in the moment. That's why I keep it on the vein. The nigga who want me, call a bitch or dig a diamond, needing pussy when no lonely. Quick to hand it out, it's like a magic fly. Real niggas that I wanna see you make it out. I know it ain't vice versa, I'm real different, just a different nigga. Distant myself from fuck niggas don't wanna deal with. I'm under pressure, I ain't never felt the pressure. I ain't never felt depression. I'm a king and nothing less. So try my king and we gon' stretch it. Take my pain and my aggression, use it all as a lesson. Put it in the song and damn it, that's the blessing. I'm the pressure, I ain't never felt the pressure. I ain't never felt depression. I'm a king and nothing less. So try my king and we gon' stretch it. Take my pain and my aggression, use it all as a lesson. Put it in the song and damn it, that's the blessing. Got a message from the game, my niggas stressing, losing sleep. Just told them that it's a blessing and thank God you ain't deceived. You was watching how I move, that's when you hopped up in the street. That's when I made it out the hood and you caught you a 20 thieves. Prison done changed you, didn't it? I talked to you all on the phone, you even laughing different. Remember when we was just kids playing with action figures, and now we stay so well to see you when I can visit. But even though you know we never fall apart though. I know you had the biggest heart though. When this and that happened with them, you hopped up in the back of the car though. Shit, we was stunning, flexing hard though. You just got a time limit. You know I promise you listen. You could've been a nigga on a mission. We had a vision, yeah. Hold your head up on the bitches. And when you get out, we have to sell it. The road to the pressure. I ain't never felt the pressure. I ain't never felt depression. I'm a king and nothing less. So try my king and we gon' stretch it. No, that's why aggression. Use it all as a lesson. Put it in the song and damn it, that's the blessing. I'm the pressure. I ain't never felt the pressure. I ain't never felt depression. I'm a king and nothing less. So try my king and we gon' stretch it. Take my pain and my aggression. Use it all as a lesson. Put it in the song and damn it, that's the blessing.
What's you usually
Cheers!
4.8.
And we are back with episode 7. Is it? Episode 7. And we off the lick. Lizzy with the Glizzy here. My nigga ShrimpGang in this hole. My nigga Trey in this hole.
Yes, sir, Ski.
And we on this hole, man. Norman couldn't be with us because of, you know, duty and all that other shit. So, it is what it is. But hey, like I said, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you fuck with the show. And leave your comments. Because y'all be getting spicy in the comments. But we gonna talk about that. Anyways, without further ado, let's start the show.
I need to stop making mistakes.
And we back. And we off the lick.
It says,
Come on, man. You can't say it with me?
Oh, yeah, let's do it again.
And we off the lick, man. We back, man.
Where were you at?
Episode number
Where was
7.
your antennas? Alright, we gotta do it again. Alright.
And we back.
Oh, wait, we back.
You niggas up. And we back. And we off the lick.
Oh, damn it! I didn't. Wait. We gonna do it. Okay, we got this. Alright, oh.
Okay, we back and we off the lick. You got it?
Yes.
And we back with episode number 7. You might want to sit on the couch because the camera not aiming to it.
Yeah.
Okay, and we back. And we off the lick, man.
Said the lick.
shut up, bro. Shut up.
Anyways, man, let's partake in this first shot.
Guys, I'm juicing and, you know,
She's
just
juicing,
taking
she
a
can't
healthy
drink.
route, so. But I'm still lit without alcohol, so it's cool. So
You definitely not, but okay.
I mean, haters gonna hate, right? Cling.
You can't do the clink if you ain't have no.
Yeah,
I
you
can
ain't got
do
no
what the
shot.
fuck.
We
I
got
woke
the
up and
special
decided to
guest. He
live.
usually behind the camera, but today he in front of the camera. My
What's the
nigga
word
Trey in
is,
his
man?
hole.
How y'all living, bro? We just bring the vibes and good energy. That's all we doing.
Mm-hmm. Introduce yourself, man.
There's no introduction yet, but
There's
I'm
no
Trey.
introduction
It's your
needed.
boy Trey.
Yeah.
I'm here. You'll feel me.
Tell them how to follow you on IG.
Actually, stay tuned for that. I'm not even on IG, none of that right now, so stay tuned for that too. It's cleansing, spiritual cleanse.
You gotta hear about this cleansing shit. That'll be the first topic.
Okay, let's talk about this cleanse.
That'll be the first topic. Let's get in with the cleanse.
You want me to start for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the cleanse?
I feel like guests should, they always start first, which
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah. Okay.
'Cause they set the bar.
We don't care what you feel.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright, no.
Well, my cleanse consists of no social media and no people. Because I feel like social media for our generation it's a lot of energy transference because we grew up with it. You know, we're kind of like the pioneers of that shit in a sense. You know, Tom and all those people, they're like only 30, 36, 37. You know, they're not too old as compared to us. It's only like a 10-year difference. So even with that, they kind of made all of that shit for us. So we're just like the first people to even really have that. And we put so much of ourselves into that shit. So social media gotta get cut, period. And then people, because even when you talk to a person, even when you text a person, that's them taking your energy for a little while. You know what I'm saying? For whatever it is, that's an energy transference. So when you have a lot of people around you all the fucking time, it's like, it's hard to just find yourself. It's hard to listen to your own voice when you have so many voices inside of you. You know, so that time alone and that cleanse is really just time to just get back to that own personal inner voice. And that's really it. You know, you do like your dieting thing, you know, you do your working out thing, but that's the two primary things for me.
So in a sense, when you mention, you know, people got dieting, which, you know, that's inside the body. Working out, that's for the outside of the body, but not a lot of people do things to exercise their mind. They'll stop eating a certain meat, or they'll stop doing a certain activity for what's on the outside, but don't want to focus what's up here, because if this ain't straight, it don't matter how strong your body is or how healthy you are, you're gonna be messed up. So it's good that you're taking that break for you and making sure all that upstairs is good. I like that.
Appreciate that, my boy.
I feel like I want to do a whole social media cleanse and everything, but it's just like, I'll be bored as fuck. Like sitting here, not on my phone, like usually force a habit, right? I'm sitting up there, I'm bored. I usually go to my phone, scroll down social media, and see what's going on in the world, type shit. And I might try to do that shit, but I just feel like it ain't gonna be too successful because I done tried that shit before. And that shit did not work.
What do you want to?
Yeah, but do you think people are addicted to technology? What's y'all viewpoint on that shit?
Definitely. Like I said, we're like the children of that shit. So with a lot of the older people, it's a lot easier for them to just go ahead and wane off of the shit because they really grew up with like the payphone for the most part. Or they grew up with like the block, the big ass house phone. So they grew up like with a whole different era of technology. But for us, this is like our key to the universe type shit. Google is the universe. So shit, anything you want to know is on your phone. So we are the children of that shit. So at the end of the day, it's like, of course it's an addiction. Of course.
Oh, my turn. Oh, no, not my turn.
No,
Just
Okay, I want to touch on both things. So the very, very first thing about the cleanse and social media, this is my opinion. Please do not destroy me like y'all did last week.
Shit, she finna get spicy.
But the way I personally, I'm not against people who take breaks from social media. Me personally, I don't believe in taking a break from social media. Only because, you know, I feel like social media is just like TV, right? Or just like something that you like doing. Like for me, I like skating and things like that. It's something you look forward to like doing, right? It's supposed to just be like something like an extracurricular activity. It's not meant to come in and replace something in your life. And a lot of people, they take social media and they kind of like work it into their day-in lives and kind of like let their actions reflect off of what they see off of social media. That's where the problem comes from, in my opinion. I have like daily practices where I'm constantly like finding things to stimulate my mind, and I feel like, you know, social media is a huge part in that. Like I feel like a lot of the things that I learn and a lot of the things that I do is because of social media. Me having a platform like Instagram is so nice because I do like to skate and I like to express that and share that with other people, and I like having something like Instagram when I can put that out there and still not like be corrupted in a sense, because I feel like a lot of people on social media is kind of corrupted because of how they act and stuff. A lot of people want to do what's on social media. Like nobody wants to be themselves. Nobody wants to find like them doing things that would like make them truly happy. So you were saying like, you know, you were bored. You'd be bored without, you know, your phone. Me, I don't have to be on my phone. My phone's always on do not disturb. Like, yeah, I might click in, but I'm looking when somebody texts me. But I just feel like life is just so much more. Like, I just bought me a Nintendo 64, so I'll be playing that, you know, because it's dope. Or I be skating and stuff. But you find things like that, it takes you away from your phone. Like, you can swap something else. Like, you know, that hour you spent on your phone, you could have used that to write a new song, or, you know, put on a different like anime show, or freaking find different ways to roll up. And that's like you putting in to yourself. That's how I feel.
So how would you get drugged by that?
No, because I didn't want anybody to misinterpret what I was saying. That's why I had put that fair warning, because I didn't want it to make it seem like I was like, oh, y'all wrong, like I don't agree with what y'all saying. Just putting in my words. That's how I feel about social media.
I mean, you articulated it pretty good. Like, the way
Yeah,
you said
ain't
it.
gonna lie, I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't take breaks from social media because I plan my day and do things that I like to do.
I do want to say something about that. Well, first, let me start off with to the whole taking a break thing. I feel like me personally, I don't know if I could do it. It's not even that I'm addicted. It's just that I don't know what else to do with my time. Like, I don't know what I don't know what else. Like, there's times I just be bored and I'm just like, because I feel like I wouldn't say I've taken a cleanse, but I've definitely taken a step back from how much I reach out to people, because I felt like I was just reaching out too much. Like, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Like, it's like, next you know, you got like 26 text messages and you don't even like answer most of them, and you wind up only talking to like 2 people, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much. So I started taking a step back, and it's like, you know, like the people who text me or some shit like that, I'll text them. Or if I really need to talk to you, I'll text you. Or if you cross my mind, I'll text you, versus to just doing that shit all the fucking time every day, like until things get redundant.
Right.
And it's the same with social media. Like, I personally can't take so much of a break of it because it sometimes brightens my day, like especially the memes. I'm more of a meme share. I share memes. I don't even really post as much statuses as I used to. I just share memes, and sometimes a meme can brighten somebody's day. So I don't know if I personally can take a complete break from it, but I can definitely step back. So like I said, like I don't really post statuses like that. I don't put my business out like that a lot, because you know a lot of people like to vent on social media, and there's nothing wrong with it. If that's what you consider a safe space, then I mean, do you? But it goes into what he said, Trey said earlier. When you bring a simple interaction is an exchange of energy. You just looking at somebody and just like the head nod, and they head nod back. You did something, they replied. There's an agreement between both of y'all. Both of y'all know that y'all just saying hi or whatever. That simple energy exchange is you know what I'm saying? Like, even something as simple as that. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I don't like to I wouldn't want to put my business out like that, because sometimes just it's not really about everybody just knowing. It's just, especially with just sometimes you have complete strangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're your friends on Facebook, but you wondering when the fuck you add them, or when the fuck, you know what I'm saying? You're allowing a whole bunch of people into your life, into that specific event, whatever the fuck you're venting about. Now, like I said, there's nothing wrong with venting. Like, sometimes you just want to vent about something stupid. Like, why the fuck it's traffic all the time in Cali or some shit like that, or on the 5. I mean, that's harmless, but I'm talking about like legit putting your personal business out there type shit.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a person that kind of vent on social media, so I can admit that. I'll be on that whole, like, if something piss me off, I'm like, man, fuck this shit, and I'll just be like, I don't know where that come from. Honestly, I just be like, sometimes I'll just be like, maybe I'm drunk or something, and I just post some shit, and I just be like, oh shit, I see that shit the next month, I'm delete or some shit like that. But I can be that person that kind of like vents on social media and shit. I don't know where it comes from, honestly.
I think,
and it's definitely not even like for like okay attention or something. Let's just say something that's going on in my head. Maybe it's like, and we'll talk about that offline.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we can talk. Yeah, we can actually bring it back up after I'm done. Because I'm still on his.
Okay. Yeah.
So but yeah, I do feel you on that. I do feel you on that as well. And what was the second part again? I ain't gonna lie to you. I forgot the second part. It was the cleanse. It was the response to the cleanse, and then you were and you was like the addiction and all that stuff. So as far as addiction, I don't know if that is the right word. And the reason why I say it is because technology has evolved to a point where now we have media.
Question.
But back then, what?
What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Smoke?
No,
I don't know.
Before that.
Piss?
No, before that.
Do you check your
Open
phone?
my eyes?
Do you check your phone?
I don't.
Yeah, cause my alarm goes off.
No, so he makes notifications.
So what do you do? Exactly. Check social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Check social media like right now. I got notification right now that I want to check.
I do the same. I do the same, but you don't, right?
No, first thing I do is my mom normally texts me once, so I'll text her back and I'll turn my alarm off. I'll go to the bathroom, get whatever I'm listening to, and go drink water and shit like that, and then lay back down and decide if I'm gonna watch TV or if I want to check my messages. I have messages from this morning, 5 Instagram messages. I just didn't respond to them.
So you're still checking social media?
But
it tells me like
But my point was
the
at first in the morning, you know what you do. So I was speaking to that addiction. Because even when you go into addiction, a lot of people that are addicted to something, that's the first thing they indulge in the beginning of the day. Knowing there's a whole other slew of things you could do, like fucking drink water, which is the first thing you're supposed to do when you wake up in the morning. To get your digestive tract moving. But we check our social media because it's right there, it's easy, it's accessible.
I'm addicted to a fat ass, bro. I see it. Nah, just
see.
Go ahead.
This is what I mean by I don't want to use the word addiction, because I feel like as human beings we usually like to use words that give the general aspect of different things, but each different thing has a specific, subword to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like addiction to me is like bad. Like I never heard addiction used in a good connotation. So for me, addiction is more of like you literally cannot live without this. I would not. No, look, but can y'all hear me out?
Sorry.
Hear me out.
You're just like hitting key points, and we just want to like respond.
Okay, so the reason why I don't want to use addiction is because if you were to take Facebook from me right now, okay, I'm gonna have like other things that I can check. Even if you was to take, Facebook, I would just stick with Facebook. I'm not gonna go through physical withdrawals. I'm not that's just me personally. Maybe somebody could go through that. I'm not saying no one is addicted to it, but to use addiction so loosely, I feel
would you, hold on, but would you have a mental disruption from it? Because like how you even said, you even log in to see memes sometimes, and those memes brighten your day. So now if you have no social media to not see any fucking meme, would that mentally scar you or affect you in some type of way?
No.
Okay. No.
So with the whole, what was I about to say? So y'all need to stop doing that, because I really don't. I'm really
sorry,
bad at keeping track.
I just wanted to get both sides of that, because it is like you said, it's a physical withdrawal, but also there's a mental withdrawal too. So there's 2 different forms. So you gotta hit both sides. That's all I was just had to ask. I'm sorry.
Okay. So me personally, I'm not saying that somebody can't be addicted, but what I'm saying, using the word addiction so loosely, I feel like we can use a word like obsessed. I can say that yes, I am obsessed with social media because I feel that, and I don't even know if that's the right word, but I would rather use that word than addiction, because I don't feel like I'm addicted to social media, but I do feel like I'm a bit obsessed. Like I feel like sometimes I make it my goal to check what's going on my news feed, whether it's Twitter, Facebook. That's the only really ones I have. I don't have anything else. But it's just like that constant, like I need to check, I need to see what's going on, because I just feel like when I get bored, I'm like, oh, what's the rest of the world doing? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I do have an obsession with that type of feeling, but being addicted to it, I don't know. I think it's because every time addiction is explained to me, it's more like life or like this is really legitly affecting your life.
Intrusive.
Like you really cannot, like you have to go to rehab for this. You know what I'm saying? And what I was gonna say before the whole addiction thing, like
I don't know. So
being addicted to technology or using technology for what it's for, I don't really believe that you can be addicted to that either. Because technology has advanced to the point where we have media where we can be watching something, like we're getting something out of it. But I mean, technology can be something as simple as a fucking pencil or a fucking hammer and chisel or wherever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And technology advances throughout the years where we can create certain things, and to use something for what it's made for, specifically, like, you know, there's people who check it for business, there's people who check their, you know, Facebook just to see what their family is doing, stuff like that, for them seeing that. And there's some people who are not even living with, like, say they have a child, you know what I'm saying, or a grandchild that they can't just go across the street and go see, but you can check on Facebook to, you know, to see them, or you know, you can call them or whatnot. But sometimes you don't want to go through all that. You just want to see, you know, you just want to be in the background. Oh, that's nice, okay, you know, shit like that. I don't think that's much. I wouldn't say that using Facebook for that, which how you explain, like, you know, you do take breaks off of Facebook, but you can't just cut social media off altogether. I'm not saying that I won't even say you're obsessed with it either, but it's just it's a daily routine. It's something you like to do. Am I making sense?
No, yeah, I get it, but I seen a video of you and Trey dancing earlier, and that shit was fucking hilarious, bro.
What?
He about to say a
Y'all
joke.
niggas.
This is a joke.
This is definitely a joke.
This is definitely a joke.
better.
We've never made a video
Go
like
ahead,
that. So
Lizzy.
go
That's
ahead.
better.
No, we about to ignore this nigga.
Yeah, straight up.
Okay, so one thing I didn't touch on what Trey said, which I actually meant to when I originally spoke. I wanted to say about cleansing from people. I feel as though if we do daily practices of, you know, keeping away negative vibes and energy.
I'm sorry, you know.
It's copyrighted music.
This video old as shit.
I have no idea what this is.
That's him.
That's you right there, bro. That's you right there, nigga. You the nigga right there.
This is.
Bro.
That's both of y'all. I've already seen it. I've seen that video like 100,000 times.
Bro, that shit's so funny, bro. Look.
That's me. I'm just sitting there.
I say EmErY nigga on the right, bro.
Hey, low-key killed that.
They did kill that nigga. They did kill that nigga.
Hey.
Right? They killed.
Come on, man.
You saying this all?
He tried to hold.
We're doing the whole podcast right now.
He gonna play it again.
He gonna play it
He
again.
played it.
Like, you should be like finding some niggas over your crib that you
That's
feel
Yeah, I
like
see that.
It's old ass.
That's how fucking
He gonna cut this part.
what's his name? Stacy and Mouseby.
hell nah. They thought they were hitting that hole. I'm dead. Alright, my bad. Go ahead, my bad. That shit, I don't know what just made that pop up. It was literally something he said right before he finished, and I was just like,
Okay,
okay,
back
my
to what
bad.
I was saying. I feel like if we have daily practices where we're learning, you know, to keep negative energy and negative vibes away, it's easier to like, you know, not have to take that cleanse, you know, from people, I guess, if that makes sense. You know, like, I don't allow people to ruin I'm not perfect, so let me change my words. I try not to allow people to mess up my energy, which is why, you know, when you guys say things, it's not me not being serious or whatever. It's just me, like, that's how I build myself up and keep myself sane. So if someone's like, oh, you're ugly, I'm like, okay. Or I'm like, no.
They
like,
jokes, by the way.
yeah, but of course,
We
you know,
joke.
but, you know, not everybody be joking. And, you know, if I only take your jokes as jokes and then someone else say it and I don't practice that same energy, that can ruin my energy, if that makes sense. So if I'm one way with one person and then same with the next person, that's how I keep my peace. That's how I separate negative from positive. I don't know if that makes sense. It's just
No, I
like
get it.
practicing and instilling it in your brain, so like you know, like, hey brain, don't let that in. Don't ruin your day.
I'm gonna say something real quick. With the break from people, I think that's really delicate because people confuse taking a break from people and isolation as the same thing. So it's like you're not, because isolation is literally just blocking yourself off from everyone and just planning to stay like that forever whenever shit gets hard. But like taking a break from people is pretty much just taking a step back. Like I want to say an example would be, you know, he knows about this. I talk to him about it all the time. You know, I get my little rants about, you know, my little dating life and shit, and I'll be like, man, fuck me. Ooh. But that's unrealistic. Cutting women out of my life is pretty fucking unrealistic. But what I could do is step back. You know what I'm saying? That's step back is like the key word that whenever I speak.
Step back.
Step back. Well, just taking a step back sometimes, it's like you start to see certain things differently. Things that are constantly put into your head or constantly told to you, now you're finally getting it. And it's like, oh, well, I just found out such woo, and it's like, nigga, we've been telling you that for the past, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes just taking that, when you say, or when someone says taking a break from people, I feel like there is a difference between taking a break from people and actually like legit isolating yourself. Isolating yourself, that's a whole different ball game, and that can make the problem actually worse than what it is, and it's very lonely. But taking a step back, there's nothing wrong with taking a step back.
So, without further ado,
have you guys?
No, go ahead. Let him talk. Cause he's been.
No. I was finna change the subject. Go ahead.
I know. I was just gonna ask. Have you guys ever thought about or actually did like celibacy before? How was it for you?
Enlightening, to say the least.
It's life changing for me.
Well, if
It
I
was
find a
for me.
bitch that buy a bit, I'll sell a bit.
You said what?
Never mind.
Okay.
Anyway,
That was the worst joke, everybody.
So
Straight
but
up.
celibacy is so interesting because
No, why you still out? I'm sorry, go ahead, though.
celibacy is so interesting because you really do like during that time.
Help.
If you guys, I don't know if you guys ever like meditated, but you know during meditation, that's when you find like your true inner self, your true inner peace. And I feel with celibacy, you're finding your true self and finding how to exist in the world without sex.
I think that's my problem. I like fucking bitches. Well, obviously, black men don't cheat. I just like having sex.
It's nothing wrong with having sex, right? But you know, often people have sex just because they can have sex. It's, you know, a lot of people don't have sex with any real meaning behind it.
Bro, I don't know why my dick always hard though.
First of all, you're young.
You're next to two niggas. And you said that.
Not like that.
And then he said always.
my God.
Why my shit always hard?
He's
It's like.
confident.
Bro, shut the fuck
I
up.
just,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just feel like because you're young, like, you know, you're not necessarily unhealthy. I don't know what your daily habits are.
Alcohol.
But just looking at you, you know, I mean, I hate when people say alcohol and shit like that makes a person unhealthy because it doesn't. But, you know, except if you control your
The smartest
limitations.
thing you ever said.
But anyways, if you control your consumption, it doesn't make you unhealthy. But I feel as though you're healthy, you're young, you're like active. So of course you're always gonna be, you know, sexually stimulated, whatever, however you want to say it. You know, like, and that's fine. That's okay. The very main key part of finding yourself, going back to touching on everything that everyone is saying, is finding, like, the one thing about finding yourself is being in touch with yourself and knowing what's okay and accepting that it's okay to be natural and human. Like,
So, now we finna switch lanes and take this shot and we finna go to another
I'm
topic.
gonna do a shot of water, guys, because you know.
Lame. Nigga
Some
said
wine. Would wine be nice?
Huh?
Would you like rather have wine?
No, I'm trying
Or is
to
it
be
just you
good.
can't? Okay.
It's 2 weeks, the 28th. My birthday, I'll be drinking, so that's cool.
Nah, it's good. I was wondering if you were just taking a break from hard liquor or anything. But if it's liquor, period, then I'm not going to make you drink. Oh, and you can't see.
We are off the licky liquid.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to spit that out.
We all finna lick. This nigga ain't shit. Goddamn. But yeah, man. So it's kind of a two-part question. I'm gonna ask one question at a time. Let's say you have a job, right? And you at work. And somebody is kind of testing your patience, right? How much is too much? Me, for example, right? It fluctuates based on the day I'm having, right? And there's some people that don't necessarily know you that feel like they can come at you a certain type of way because they're like your boss or whatever. Like they're, what do you call it, superior or over to you as far as like rate, and they take that shit very seriously. And they walk around feeling like, okay, this makes me me. You know what I mean? They not necessarily looking at the fact that they talking to another grown ass man. They could possibly beat their ass. So, how far is too far for somebody to go for you? Then I got a follow-up question, which is, how far would you go in order to establish like, hey, you're not finna.
So just so I understand your question, because we just had that training about it a couple of days ago, extremists in job.
I mean, that's kind of like way further than what I was talking about.
Well,
She's talking about discrimination.
I get what you're saying.
So when I'm saying, when I'm speaking of extremists, I mean people who go out of their way to make your job not so comfortable. Like, you should be able to go in and do your job and not have to deal with any type of bullshit from people. Now bullshit comes with the job, obviously.
Yeah, now if you fuck up, then
that makes sense. But just to be hanging around like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with this person, why not? Like, that's what I think about when I hear extremists in the workplace. So, is that what you were going though with the question? I just want to make sure I understand.
Somebody going out their way to fuck with you.
So who wants to start? I gave my opinion.
Oh yeah, I'll go. I really like this topic because this can go in many ways. Just somebody just messing with you, period. But you have more freedom to react in a real situation versus at a workplace. At a workplace, you got to keep professionalism, and it's your higher up, so it's like, I get that. I feel like I'm a whole different person when I'm at work. So I'm not taking shit from anybody. I'll respectfully say that. I'll respectfully tell the person, like, nah, you ain't about to talk to me like you crazy, or I'll put them aside. Like, I don't agree. Like, if it's somebody higher up, of course those are things that you have to handle a bit delicately. My bad. So if it's like an officer or a chief, I'll be like, chief, can I have some words with you, or you gonna have some free time so I can talk with you, type shit. And I will talk to him, personally, and if I'm higher ranking, I can talk to him whenever, I can talk to him whenever. But that's getting off subject. I'm just telling you how I would solve that situation. But I think how far is far is, I think it's depending on who says it, because sometimes you have friends who test your patience. So of course your tolerance is going to be higher with somebody that you fuck with, or somebody that you probably coke and joke with. And it's like, if you're like a friend, I would say I'll probably let it slide one time. I'll let it slide, like, oh, he's just being funny. You don't know what he's talking about, depending on, the situation or whatever. But I'll still talk with them. But I think with people that I don't know, my shit is extremely low. Extremely low. If it's not like, especially in a workplace, just keep it professional. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't say nothing stupid, whatever. So I feel like if I don't know you, I can't hide my facial expression. So if I feel disrespected, or if I feel like something doesn't make sense, you're gonna see it. I can try to not say anything. I won't say it, but I'll be like that. I'll be like, what? Like, that don't even make sense. Or like if I feel disrespected, I'm like you're gonna see it. So obviously that's gonna strike some type of confrontation. So I just rather how I handle it. I rather just talk to that person. But if it's like a friend or something, like, I might let a couple slide.
How far is too far for them to come at you, and how far is too far for you to respond?
I don't know. I can't even give like an explanation, or not explanation, an example of what is too far. I guess it depends on the situation. So if you're like coking and joking, say we all joking and shit, and we shooting shit, whatever, and say my higher up happens to be white, and he does like a little racist joke. that not only wasn't funny, but I'm not even really friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even really friends with you like that. See, for you to even be making those types of jokes, I don't even know you. So I feel like that's when I'm like, all right, bro. Like I'll walk away the first time, especially if it's like you just came out of nowhere. Like, I don't know you at all. You just came out of nowhere. I'm gonna walk away the first time. But the second time, I'm like, all right, bro, you tripping. That shit wasn't even funny. And I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. Or like,
I feel like if I saw that, I'd be cracking up. And I know you, so you can be like, bro, that shit wasn't funny.
yeah, like it wasn't like it's not funny. And I laugh at almost anything. So if I'm not laughing, that shit is not funny. that is my motto. Like if I don't laugh, that shit wasn't funny. But some of the things that I laugh at ain't funny either, but it's funny to me. Anywho, I feel like that would be an example if I didn't know you. But if I do know you, I feel like too far is if you purposely say something knowing, because I can't blame for someone who don't know, but I feel like there's a basic level of respect. You know what I'm saying? But some people don't go by that. They gotta feel you out, whatever. But if you already know me, and then you do something that pisses me off to intentionally piss me off because you know it makes me mad, that's when I'm gonna have to pull you aside. Like, I'm not. That's too far for me. Cause like you know that shit pisses me off. Like you know it does. And you're over here trying to show off, especially if it's in front of people that don't know us, and you trying to be funny. Oh yeah, okay. So you trying to show out in front of your little friends. Bet that's too far for me. But like, there's other situations, of course, but like those are little explanations. Like there's also other things, but that's like deeper down the line. I feel like that's the most petty. It's like that's the start where it's like, okay, I'm putting my foot down, and the other things are just obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas getting in your face and shit.
Yeah. Okay, Lizzy with the Glizzy.
So with the first part of the question is how would I deal with someone in a workplace who, you know, is just going out their way to make my workday hard, pretty much. Is that the question?
It's like how far would you go? Yeah.
And
I
how
think that
far
was
is
the
too far
second-
for them to go?
How far would I go? I really feel like this question is really just dependent on the person's like how they react. Me, you know, I'm a very like nonchalant person. I just kind of let things like brush off, like, especially if it's your first time. I always tell people, how can you get upset at someone when they don't know what they're doing is making you feel like you can't. If you never came to them and said anything to them, you can't be upset because they don't know. You can suck your teeth, you can roll your eyes all you want, but that's not communicating that you don't like what's being said or done. So, but when you get to a point where you do tell that person like, hey man, like that shit's not cool, and then, you know, like as you were saying, they was doing it, then that's when I feel like I can sometimes I do have a bad attitude, because I feel like, you know, now at this point you're trying me, like you know I don't like it and you're gonna do it anyways. So I snap first and then I rationalize after. So that's just me though, because I feel like why me? And 9 out of 10 when the stuff happens to me, I'm minding my business, I'm not bothering anybody, I'm not saying anything to anyone. So why do people feel like, oh well I'm gonna go over there and bother, you know, Lizzy or whatever and see how she reacts, knowing full well I'm gonna react. You're the same as I react to the other person. You're no different. Like, we could have been best friends for 10 years. Like, no, like, don't try me. I hate being tried. I hate being tried in front of other people. I hate being tried not in front of people. What's the point of trying me? Like,
yeah.
I don't understand it. So that's how far I would go. I snap. But what's too far on their part is I don't like racist comments. And I don't like the mindset when people feel like, you know, they can just say whatever because freedom of speech or because they're entitled to it. Yes, babe, you're entitled to your own opinion, but to broadcast it, especially if it's not like a favorable opinion, like you're setting yourself up for failure. So I feel like that's too far because I hate racist people. Yeah. What's too far on my part? If I smack somebody, I'd be very close to that. I'd be ready to pop somebody because I'm the type of person, like, I say what I say. I might say it 2 or 3 times, but I'm not a person that's gonna keep talking because it's just like, why am I keep talking? Like, you're clearly not listening to me, so maybe a different method might work for you, which is not words. So yeah. That's too far for me.
What's your viewpoint on?
Wait. I want to bring something real quick because she brought something up that kind of not triggered me, but like it.
The light bulb went on.
Yeah, the light bulb went on because there's one thing that irritates me, whether I'm in a workplace or even like a public setting or whatever the fuck. I'm a very unconfrontational person, extremely. I don't want to get to the fighting. I don't want to get to the whole yelling and all that. I'm not trying to do that, right? But I don't like when people take advantage of that, knowing you're not gonna say that. Like I would respect you more if what you said to me is something that you would have said to that nigga over there, type shit. Like, don't sit here and be all cool with these niggas when you get to me, you want to say something. You know what I'm saying? And even in the workplace, you ain't gonna make them do anything, but you go to me because you know I'm gonna say yes, type shit. But there's a whole bunch of people you could have asked to do this job, but you're asking me to do this job. It'd be one thing if I was the only one qualified, but you got these people that just sitting, like if you got people that just sitting around, coking and joking, ain't doing shit, and you're only coming to me, then I'm gonna feel some type of way. I think that is my number one pet peeve with the workplace and like in a public, a regular setting. And that's too far for me. I think that right there is the starting point. Before you even get to the jokes, like the offensive jokes, all that other shit, where it gets to the all types of variables, any variable, whether you're my friend or a stranger, if I feel that you're taking advantage of the fact that I'm a very unconfrontational person and you're trying to play me like a bitch, that's when I get upset. Right. I get automatically upset. And I think that's just not only, I don't want to say it's purely a man thing, you know what I'm saying? Because women, I feel like everybody should feel that way, period. But just a man's pride, like that little, like the thing that we just all have, that shit, there's certain things that you just don't do. Like there's just certain things that we don't do to each other unless we feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? That's like what women, like, you know when a girl's talking shit, or you know when a compliment is fake, because that's just like, innately you know that because you're a woman too. You know, like there's certain things that all women do, there's certain things that just all men do. You know what I'm saying? It's not just I'm not trying to say this specifically a gender specific thing, but it's just, you understand what I mean with what I say. When a nigga just tries you, like you ain't, you know what I'm saying? And you, all these niggas over here, but you trying me out of all these niggas. And like you said, I might beat your, I'll beat your, you don't even know if I beat your ass for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Those are one of those things I don't like whatsoever. It pisses me off, and I wish niggas would stop doing it. Women do it too. Women definitely do it too. They know that if they feel that they can walk all over you, they'll walk all over you. And especially in the workplace, you got that one girl that just like, she knows she'll make these niggas do whatever the fuck she want type shit. And of course, you know, you can use that in a smart way without seeming, you know, like the bad guy. But what I'm saying is, you know, the girls that I'm talking about that just kind of like don't do shit, but expect you to do something or talk or tell you to go do something or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they start getting power. And I think everybody in the Navy know that type of feeling, male or female. Like the nigga that don't really know, you know, like they get that power trip. It's even worse. So yeah, I don't like that. But now, I'm sorry. Now I'm done. That was my final thought.
Oh yeah, what you gotta say?
Long story short, I don't do fuck shit. Only time I really like watch my words and mind what I say is around my tribe, because those are people that are blood. So really, their feelings and the way they kind of feel in their existence matter to me. So I'm gonna really like be surgical with my words around those people. But anybody fucking else, I really don't give a fuck. Like truly, I really don't give a fuck. And when it comes to my paper, like, you playing with my money and my peace of mind while getting my money. So come back to I don't like fuck shit. So it's gonna get addressed, you know. So it's not even get to a point of like it even getting physical, because there's no point for that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like you didn't like. I hope you don't lose your mind and try to disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? Like, not at least in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when I can check you on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not, like I said, I don't like fuck shit. So it'll just never get to that point of even like a physical thing. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be understood. Like, I'm coming at you as a man, like, yo, this is just, I respect you, you respect me, and that's just what it is. Or a woman, you know, I respect you, you respect me, but I'm not a bitch and I'm not your child, so watch how you speak to me. And that's to anybody, supervisor, CEO, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. There's millions of jobs, bro. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I'm not like, money shouldn't really sway how you feel and how you watch your mouth. Like, nah, bro. Mm-hmm. Fuck that.
I feel like a lot of people in the military, you know, you just brought up a good point. Like, there are other jobs. Money doesn't, there's not, I'm sorry, there's not enough money in the world for me to just sit there and accept disrespect and racist remarks and sexist remarks and just on and on and on. I just can't. But in the military, I feel like often people, you know, they're just like, well, I'm under a contract and I have to be here, so I have to endure this mistreatment. But we don't get paid enough to not speak up. Like, I feel like if you're in the military and something's happening to you, and you want to speak up, you should speak up, because we're not making enough money to just kind of like brush that, oh, because she's a girl, comment underneath the rug. Like, that's just how I take that. And I feel like a lot of people in the military, they don't let their voice be heard. And so you were saying, like, you know, like, kind of like before we started, you was asking, like, what would I do? I feel like if you don't speak up, no one's going to speak up for you. Like, only you can speak up for yourself. And if you don't say something now, the people at your job, they're going to be like, okay, well, he let us do this the first time, so when it comes up again, we know we can do it a second time. And you can't allow that to happen, because then you're just going to be sitting here just more frustrated every single time, because you really don't want to lose this job. But who cares about this job? Like, your health is there, your mental health, your well-being is more important than trying to maintain the job that doesn't even support, like, really your lifestyle. So.
Okay, Lizzy with the Glizzy coming with the motherfucking heat.
Mm-hmm.
Cause we off the lit.
The water for you sober kids.
But yeah, so my kids, he had 2 topics. So we gonna.
Oh, I've been waiting to talk about this shit. Hold up.
Okay,
Because this shit,
extra 15 minutes.
because it's low key, bro. This shit pissed me off.
Oh shit.
I might turn my
get
back.
spicy.
I was telling him to turn my back. Ooh, so get comfortable. For the spice, I feel like, you know, gotta get comfortable.
Yeah,
Seasoning cabinet.
Yeah.
I'm a seasoning.
Bunch of cayenne pepper.
I was gonna say I'm a seasoning next to the cayenne.
Man. Let's get it. You can't make that noise when a man is taking a sip out of the drink, man.
Why can't I?
It was funny though. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah.
It was funny.
I would definitely be one of those sound people in the cartoons that make like the sound effects for like when the cartoon people are like drinking.
No, it's not funny. So,
It's not supposed to be like that. Just tell you what
I
I
know.
do.
I'm just fucking with you. All right.
He said it's not funny.
So
You don't need to read it.
recently,
My bad.
I don't know exactly when it happened. I just know I saw it on Facebook and Twitter. Apparently, Kurt Franklin cussed out his son or some bullshit like that. I'm not gonna lie. I watched the video. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me be first on my reaction, please.
Huh?
Let me be
You wanna
first on
respond
my
first?
reaction. Yeah.
After
Oh,
you
did
respond.
you watch it?
Yeah.
Bro,
Well, I heard about it, but I didn't listen to the whole audio.
I couldn't
that
understand it. I'm not
shit,
gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit was kind of funny. But wait. So, you know, I guess his son records the whole altercation, and then he posted it on social media, and everybody is over here on Kurt Franklin's dick. And then this is what made me even more angry. Fucking Kurt. Actually, no, it's not that. No, I'm not mad that he made the video, because if that's what he wanted to do, that's what he wanted to do. But for him to feel obligated to apologize for that shit
Who, Kurt?
to the public?
Wait, Kurt apologized for parenting his child.
No. Okay, wait.
Whoa.
I'm gonna give.
He's
Wait.
not even a kid.
Wait. Before
This nigga's older than all of us.
Wait. Now,
I wouldn't apologize.
before everybody starts jumping down my throat talking about some, oh, so he need to apologize. No. I'm not saying he didn't need to apologize, but he should apologize to the son. Not for how he reacted, but for what he said. You can't help reaction. But you do have control on what comes out of your mouth sometimes, unless you have Tourette's.
Is his son apologizing too?
Wait. Listen, y'all, bro.
Go ahead.
Y'all gonna make me forget. All right,
my bad.
So, see, look, son. What was the last thing I said?
You said he should apologize to his son. Not
Okay, he should only apologize to him since he was the one that was involved and the situation only involves them two.
The rest not funny people.
Regardless if the shit was posted on social media, he only owes an apology to his son, not to any of you. No, he owed nothing to the public. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like that shit. For him to, like, if he wanted to do that off of his own will because of the image that he has, you know what I'm saying? Then I get it. I understand. No, but I get that. But I just, we're in an era where it's like people got to apologize for everything publicly. And I feel like there's certain things that don't deserve or don't need a fucking public apology. It didn't need a public apology. I'm sorry. It did not need a public apology. No. I don't think he had to explain. I feel like all of us as black people, bro, who've been in this situation many times before, whether you are a parent or not, you've had parents. And for the people who are parents, understand this frustration as well, especially if you're a new parent and the kid is little. There are times where you lose your shit and you don't know how to react. You forget that this is your motherfucking son or this is your motherfucking daughter. And you react as if it was just a regular nigga, like any nigga on the street type shit. And you can tell just by the video that the whole altercation wasn't even recorded. And you can tell that this nigga was pissed off and frustrated. For a black parent, like, let's be honest. And I don't want to make this a race thing, but for a parent, for people who've pissed off their parents before, the shit that Kirk Franklin said was light compared to the shit. And I'm not saying that it shouldn't be taken serious. What I'm saying is,
I stick my foot in your ass. Don't you ever disrespect
period.
me. And shit like that. Like, it wasn't.
And my mama tell me that this to this day, and what she don't got nothing to apologize for.
Exactly.
Because what your parents are your elders, and you don't ever fucking disrespect them. I don't give a fuck how you motherfucking feel, because they birthed you, and they motherfucking raised you to be the fucking man or woman you are to this goddamn day. You have no reason on this earth to disrespect them, and I mean it with everything I say in my heart.
Let them know, Lizzy with the Glizzy. My bad, no.
I want to say I don't completely agree with that.
I do.
Now, the disrespect part, yes. I feel like maybe the way you said it was probably the way you said it.
Oh, how I worded it?
Yeah,
it probably was.
Yeah, probably how to word it. Because I feel like I know what you mean. I definitely know what you mean. But like for some other people who don't have the best relationships with their
I'm speaking solely on your parent being there for you and if you're a good man or woman and it's because of them, which 9 times out of 10, I don't feel like Kirk Franklin was a bad father. I don't know though because I'm not the son, but I don't feel like he deserved that.
I'm gonna cover that on my response.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
It's just you're saying things that's kind of like, oh.
So shit. What was the last thing I said?
You said.
I forgot.
No, I remember. You were saying that. Fuck. You was asking about me. You asking that question about what I said. You said you completely agree, but you don't.
I agree, but I don't to a certain degree, and that's just of the relationship that everybody has with their own parents.
Yeah.
Now, I do believe that you shouldn't disrespect your parents. You shouldn't disrespect anyone, honestly. But if you're in a setting where you're with your parents, you shouldn't disrespect your parents. But it is absolutely, entirely called for and okay to respond to disrespect. And the way you want to respond to disrespect is on you. I do feel like as parents now, because I feel like there was this weird ass complex where it's like I'm your parent, you know, what I say goes, what I say is law. We're in a generation right now where we can legit change that because that's not always the case. And like with my daughter, like if my daughter, like listen. With my daughter, of course I'm gonna still discipline her. Of course I'm still gonna, you know, scorn her for certain things that she does and she fucks up. But if I legit disrespect my daughter and she responds to that disrespect and it's just, I cannot be mad off of her reaction. And I can't sit here and be like, but I'm your parent and you shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't, nah, that's not how it goes. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you can respond to disrespect. And you can't tell a person what to be disrespected by or what not to be disrespected by, depending on how you raise them. Because I mean, if they just on some bullshit and they just taking anything as disrespect, of course that's that's stupid. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to that, yes, I do believe that you should respect your parents. You should respect anyone. But in that setting, you can still respond to disrespect.
And you talk about the video setting.
But in the video, we don't know everything that happened. But just off of what I've seen, I feel like, first of all, he didn't have to give a public apology. He could have just apologized to his son, not for how he not how he reacted, but how he responded. Okay, and then it just go from there. And then they need to, hash it out as family. And the only reason why this is such a big deal is because he's a fucking celebrity. He's Kurt fucking Franklin.
And he a gospel singer.
He a gospel singer. They regular
people.
But what I said is that exactly. That's why I said maybe if he wanted to do it because of his public appearance, or like he wants to maintain that image. But it's like, man, fuck that. Everybody should understand the fact that anyone is saying anything to Kurt Franklin is honestly mind blowing to me, because it's like, bro, I personally don't think he was wrong for how he reacted, but I don't know what happened before the recording. But I did clearly hear, oh boy, give disrespect to him, and that's when he came back with the heat. But we don't know if the son was just responding to the disrespect. So the fact that we don't even have all the facts of everything that was going on, this is a family issue that has nothing to fucking do with us. I just feel like, dog, why are we
I got something.
Go ahead.
So started off, Tourette's is not funny. I just want to throw that out there. Cause
you sound like you have Tourette's. So
and then we start kind of cracking up when you was like, I forgot where I was at, and he was like, you said unless you got Tourette's. And me and him started kind of cracking up on it. Oh. But Tourette's is not funny. Secondly, I seen a post, and it's kind of funny. It was like Kurt Franklin. Everybody getting on Kurt Franklin for calling his son a bitch ass nigga. But the fact that he recorded it is kind of proving his point. It's kind of accurate, and he is kind of a bitch ass nigga. Cause who's gonna fucking put this out for the world on their own dad? Yeah. Bad. So that's my second point. My third point is actually, yeah, you can say the response is, bad or whatever, but at the same time, like he said, we don't know what happened before this nigga started recording. Mm-hmm. Also, from what I understood from the whole recording is the fact that Kurt Franklin was obviously responding to some type of disrespect. When he was saying what he was saying, he was like, you're not going to disrespect me like that. X, Y, and Z, I will stick my foot in your... He was literally responding to disrespect. It's not like he was just going off on some random tangent telling him you ain't gonna be shit, you ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. And my fourth fucking point, this nigga's not a kid, bro. This nigga's 33. He's older than every one of us sitting at this podcast right now. You really think this nigga not a bitch ass nigga? Not to assassinate nobody's character, no shit like that, but come on, man. You 33. Now, if he was okay, maybe 18, 19, maybe. But then another thing that debunks that is the fact that Kurt Franklin got other children. And his other children was having his back. Not the 33-year-old. Kurt Franklin's back. Mm. If that was his only child and he was coming at him on some shit, and we didn't have no other bases, and like I said, it's a family issue, so it's not for none of us to comment on. But since it's public, we just giving our responses to it. He got other kids that were coming for his back instead of the fucking 33-year-old that fucking recorded the shit. So, bottom line, bro, it's obviously showing that Kurt Franklin is not a bad father. I agree with you, he didn't need to fucking publicly apologize. And I don't even believe he should have apologized privately to the fucking son. Because he's obviously a bitch ass nigga. to put your own father on there because you know his reputation. You know what you was doing that for. You can't tell me he recorded that and put it on social media, not knowing at all what his father's reputation is. He's old enough to have enough common sense to know what he's doing. He know he's trying to assassinate the nigga character. So that's my viewpoint on it.
I think now that I really think about it, 'cause I knew he was 33, but I kind of forgot to factor that in.
Yeah.
I feel like that might have been a threat.
That was more than a threat because he.
No. I'm
Not
not.
Kurt Franklin.
Not Kurt Franklin or no.
Oh.
I'm talking about. I think that it was brought up a couple of times in most arguments because obviously they probably been in many of these arguments. Listen to me. That I'll record this and put this on social media and things gonna be there. I think like that was no. What I'm saying is
I give it to you. My bad.
In previous things, he probably has done that. But since you mentioned the whole other people saying like other people that were sticking up for Kurt Franklin type shit, and like you're the problem. It's like at the time when he probably did say, man, I should record, or probably he thought I should have recorded this, to fuck up your shit just to be fucking shiesty. You know what I'm saying? But
Pooh Shiesty, that's my dog.
Pooh Shiesty. I'll use another word because I fuck with Pooh Shiesty too. Pooh Shiesty, I fuck with him heavy. So I would say just to be vindictive. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sir Vindictive, that's my nigga too.
Who the fuck is Sir Vindictive?
Nobody. I thought we was just playing with words here.
Oh my god. Pooh Shiesty, that's my dog.
Oh, okay, I get it. So I feel like he was probably being vindictive about it and threatened a couple times to do it, and then he finally just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it right now. Especially like how social media is today. He probably thought it was the perfect time, like, you know what, fuck it. He was probably waiting for this moment too. Probably you know what I'm saying? Because I think
his word, what he called him, it was a bitch ass nigga, right? And he literally showed why he's calling him a bitch ass nigga. Not saying like, oh, okay, you should ever insult nobody, but at the same time, bro, I kind of see where he was coming from. He said you are a bitch ass nigga. Like that nigga proved that he's a bitch ass nigga.
But my thing is,
because if he was 18, okay, it's understandable. You're young, you feeling some type of way. This nigga's older than all of us. He knew what he was doing when he did it, and the fact that his siblings are saying like, "Nah, my dad is like da da da. You don't want me to air you out." Like it's showing like, bro, he wasn't off of his assumption with his word.
That's why I feel like it was a reoccurring issue. Like I believe when he said it was a reoccurring issue.
What you mean?
Like this is like when he did the apology, he was like, we have a toxic relationship. He mentioned about him having a toxic relationship with his son. And he even said that I called the therapist right afterwards. That's the part he don't want to record, which to me, why would you wouldn't be able to record? Well, no. She would, yeah. So I feel like they were using somebody else's phone. Because remember, when he started going off, somebody was laughing in the background.
For real?
Yeah. Watch it
He's
again.
a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, like,
now you in front of people like
dead ass. Watch it again.
Flexing. Now you flexing.
He used somebody else's phone to record the phone on speakerphone.
During the conversation, it sounded like he was like kind of like instigating, like, "Oh, for real? That's how you feel?" and shit like that. It was just like, bro, you obviously know he's past his breaking point, right?
Yeah.
That's your parent, so you know it's gonna get your parent like fucking pissed off. Mm-hmm. And now you instigating it like, "Oh, for real? That's how you feel?" because you know somebody's recording. Mm-hmm. So now you want him to keep going. You gonna keep pissing him off. And the whole thing Kurt Franklin kept saying is, "Don't you ever disrespect me like that." So obviously it was something before the video that he said or did that was just like, okay, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But no.
I actually know, Trey. You got anything to say?
I don't know about this.
Oh, you don't? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Well, you are taking the cleanse, yeah. He would.
Yeah. So when I had originally seen the video, I was very confused as to what was happening because it seemed like a lot of back and forth. And being as though how I was raised, until this day, I don't go back and forth with my parents. So it was just kind of like, it doesn't. I'm about to be 25 in a couple of days, right? But I really don't feel like age has anything to do with it, because at the end of the day, that's still my parent. Regardless of how old I am, I have to respect them. Because when I start having children, I wouldn't want my 30-year-old daughter or son going off on me. I want them to give them the same energy I give to my parents. So I have to, respond and act accordingly. And I don't feel like he had to apologize at all, because he wasn't wrong for anything that he said. What people don't realize is that social media, people put on social media what we want to see or what they think we want to hear, right? It's never the full story. It's never the truth or whatever. And I feel like that's not the first time Kurt Franklin said, "I'll put my foot in your ass." My mom said that to me. I'm pretty sure you probably heard it from your parents or some, parent figure in your life. It's a common thing for black parents to say. And I feel like a lot of people, they're so hell-bent on Kurt Franklin saying this because he's a gospel, a director.
That's right, though.
And it's not fair, because he's still a parent. Yes, his job entails that he's Christian but there's no manual on how to be Christian, how to serve right by God, in that sense. The Bible is, but inside the Bible it doesn't say, you're not allowed to discipline your child this way, you're not allowed to speak to your child. It's nothing.
It actually says if you spare the rod, you spare your child, so you're supposed to discipline.
But they're talking about they're not talking about words, and I just feel like. And when I was watching the video, it was just so disrespectful to me, and I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't get it. Maybe because I don't hold any hate or negative feelings towards my parents. I used to, but even then, I never disrespected them.
Yeah, and with maturity, you grow out of that shit. Certain shit you would have did when you was a teenager. You with my mom, I give her the utmost respect. It's things about, certain shit I had to go through in life that if I had a mom, around, I wouldn't have went through. But at the same time, I still give her the utmost respect because she, since then, has, bettered her passage and shit like that. What the fuck are you doing? Anyways. Yeah. Go ahead, my bad.
That's just how I feel. I can't in a million years play a scenario in my head where I can envision me ever being disrespectful to my parents. It does. I don't understand how the people what if your mom says fuck you, you're a bitch, but it was how would we have gotten to that point?
Correct.
It would have been a trail of disrespectful comments or actions that led up to that final, and I don't understand how you can get there, because that's your parent. It's that's not your friend. A lot of people talk to their parents, and the friend vibe that they have with their parent, they take that that's my friend, so I'm gonna treat them like how I treat my other friends. I can say fuck you bitch to my friend, or haha bitch stop playing, but I'm not gonna say that to my mom. It's disrespectful. Or my dad. I don't understand. I don't understand it. I never can understand it. And why did he apologize?
He apologized because how the social media era is. He tried to jump in front of it before it got too popular, and that actually brought more attention to it. But I see what he was trying to do.
I mean, dang.
I was trying to sneak through fast.
Nah, you good.
I don't know. I think that, a lot of these things are publicity stunts and whatnot.
What do you think based off of what you know right now from the talking about?
It sounds like he did it for money, because at the end of the day, Kurt Franklin as a whole is a brand. So if, let's just say people don't want to keep buying into the brand anymore because now this is what this is now. You are this parent, you are this whatever the fuck, and people are very vanilla and very soft, so they don't really understand what really entails parenting a disenfranchised child. They don't really know what the fuck comes with that. They don't know the fuck. Excuse me. They don't know the frustration that comes with that. So they want this black man to be a perfect black man all the time and basically do this unicorn dance all the fucking time. Is basically why it sounds like he apologized to me, because that's his brand. He got to be this perfect black man all the time, even with this clean cut shit he got going on with this one line in his head. That man used to be bald for 20 years. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but you know what I'm saying? He wasn't bald. He just had the low shit. But yeah, so it's just brand. It sounded like he just did it because is tied up to his money, which makes sense because that's how his family eats. So it makes sense to us. It's like it's not necessary because it's not necessary. We know what the fuck going on in the black household.
Yeah.
Like we know what the fuck. Go get the switch. We know what the fuck going on in the black household. So at the end of the day, coming to like this is how he feeds his family. So he gotta just keep feeding his family. So I understand.
And the last topic before we end the podcast, we had another topic about success and all this shit.
Oh, okay.
Can I answer first?
let's do-
Because I'm going to leave after.
Yeah, you good.
And we.
Off the
Wait, no, you gotta
list.
say. No, you started.
We
Off the lid!
man. We in this hole, man.
Licky,
We
lick,
finna
lick,
get to the
lick.
last topic. Then we gonna go ahead and let the homie Lizzy slide out. So, yeah, man. We in this hole.
So,
A nigga sitting by the phone like, what the fuck you at?
I actually have to meet somebody, so.
Yeah, a nigga.
No. Trying to go get my money.
so this
I'm playing.
was inspired by my roommate Trey. I heard him ask this question, and it kind of like when he asked the question, I kind of answered it in my head while I was getting ready one day, and it kind of made me like really, really think. Like it's something that's just like deep to me. So the question would be: Are
Black
you?
forces.
Do you
It's been a
feel?
time.
Do you feel that, or are you comfortable with where you're at in life? Do you feel that
That's a deep question.
you are, like, where you're at right now is where you're supposed to be in life?
That's a deep ass
So it's
question.
two questions.
And
What is success to you?
So there are two questions tied into one.
Yeah. So what is success to you? What is success to you? And are you where you want to be at this moment?
Oh, I just you said, are you comfortable where you are right now?
No.
And that's why I changed. I kind of took a
It's your max potential, because everybody has a max potential, and I don't think a lot of people. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm just explaining it better.
So
a
like,
lot
you
of
mean
people,
max
a lot of
potential?
people don't know about max potential versus like where they actually are.
Oh, okay.
Your max,
okay,
are you
okay.
at your max potential right now?
What's my
And are you
potential?
happy? Your max potential is like, let's say if you did
What, the
every
best
step
you
of the
can
way
be?
right, yeah.
I don't know
And
yet.
what is success to you? That's what
So
he's.
max potential is more of
No,
what you
I understand.
can
I
do versus
stand
what you
what
did.
max potential is. I don't.
What you
believe-
could have did, yeah, type shit.
I don't believe, like you said, being the best that you can be, right? Me personally, I don't. Are you done your question? I don't want to start.
Well, I like first. What is success to you? I did say that. What is success to you? And where you are in life right now, do you feel that you're in like?
Where you're
How would you
supposed
ask
to be.
this? How would you? I would rather you ask this.
Okay, so
The max that you
I
could be,
overcomplicate
right?
things.
all right. So the question I was asking was, what does success look like to you in your own life? And also, are you making steps to get to where you want to be to that level, or are you okay with where you are? Or are you content with where you are?
See, this is why he's here. Thank you for clearing that up, because I fucked that
We're
all
gonna,
up.
we're gonna let her answer it first.
Okay, so the first part of your question was, what does success look like in my life?
Mm-hmm.
Success looks like, what success look like to me, for me, is me being 100% me. And when I say that, I mean I'm comfortable with how happy I am. I'm comfortable with my emotions, so getting upset when it's necessary. I'm happy making money moves. Like I'm comfortable doing that. I'm in a job field where I love it. Like I can handle the bullshit. You know, having that clear mental space, that's success to me, because I'm better than where I was. So any steps that I move or make, and I can reflect and be like, oh damn, even if I took a couple steps, I'm better than what I was yesterday. So that's what success looks like to me, being better than what I was yesterday. So doing more. That's the first part of your question. What's the second part?
Second part is, are you making steps to get to that level of success, or are you comfortable where you are right now?
Definitely making steps. I feel like, you know, us as humans, we should always be pushing forward. You know, when we hit that goal, the success don't stop there. Like you got to keep reaching for success. There's no end to it. The reason I was saying, I know what max potential is. I know what, you know, when people say best version of yourself, but I feel like on this earth, when would you ever be able to be the best version of yourself when there's so many, you know, obstacles that's gonna knock you down and push you a couple steps forward? But you have what? Hold up. But you have the strength to get back and keep progressing. But there's always gonna be obstacles to knock you down. There's always gonna be something stopping you from being that best version. When I think of the best version of myself, I think of me being in my afterlife, wherever God has designed for me to be. I feel like that's when I can be the best version of myself. And that's just me. Just like on a spiritual level. Like that's just how I feel. So.
Damn, Lizzy with the Glizzy hitting with fucking bone crushing like fucking facts today. Like
I don't know if you guys hadn't noticed. I think I would make a really, really good like therapist. I always wanted to be a therapist.
So why you don't take psychology?
I did take psychology. I'm always intrigued by psychology because the human mind, how we tie it into our physical ways and everything else is so intriguing to me. But I'd rather like use my mindset to put it out in the nursing world and kind of like tie it to it and find a way to bridge the gap between psychology and medicine, if that makes sense. So. Okay, but hold on, guys. I just love talking about deep topics like this, but it's
this
so important.
Deep as fuck. Like
this is a way to cleanse your mind, guys. You know, like talking, like it's okay to talk about these
my
things.
nigga Trey for coming through, man.
Yay! But anyways, I said that because I am about to leave. I do have to do something, and I feel bad for leaving early. But
it's all good.
We did start late, which is why, you know. But it's been lovely talking to y'all. I'm pretty sure this was the last topic, right? Okay, so I said my piece. I'll see y'all in the next episode, which is next week. I'm gonna say my little piece, even though even though the podcast is not finished. I do want to go ahead and say subscribe, turn on your post notifications, go ahead and comment down below any comments, topics, anything that you have and you want us to touch on. And yeah, go ahead and follow all of us on Instagram so you can keep up with our daily doings or whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna leave. So put my sunglasses on. I'm finna be like her, feeling that her vibe.
And we are back, people. Lizzy with the Glizzy just left. You know what I mean? So we was talking about, can you explain the question to me again so I can accurately
answer? Okay. So the question was, what does success look like to you in your personal life? And are you comfortable where you are right now, or are you making steps to get to that level of success?
Okay, so success for me in my personal life would be me not necessarily having to do the legwork that I'm doing right now as far as like every aspect of my life. Success for me is like letting my money make money for me. So to answer your second question, no, I'm not where I need to be, but I am making steps towards like, you know, well actually I kind of want to change that. It's kind of like 50-50, right? I'm comfortable with what I have accomplished. So I'm very grateful for, like, for example, I make music. I got people checking for it. I got random people from whatever parts of the world that want to listen to my music and shit, right? We taking it as on the music aspect, right? So yeah, I'm kind of like happy that I was able to like get outside of my neighborhood and like interact with other artists and things of that nature to like be noticed and shit like that. Like, cause all I ever wanted to do was like have somebody else like checking for my shit, right? Have other listeners and have people that just like really give a fuck about like what the fuck I'm saying in my music and shit, right? And also, I'm also taking those steps to further, you know, that reach, pretty much. But I don't think I'm not happy as far as where I'm at this point in my life, because I feel like I got so many barriers to break down. But then I look at people like LeBron and fucking Tom Brady that have achieved the ultimate success and they still going. So that just gives me motivation and shit to like, you know, keep going, if that makes any sense. So at the same, in one aspect, no, I'm not happy, but at the same, I'm happy with what I've accomplished type shit. So, yeah.
like that.
What
Okay,
about you?
Wait, did you do yours? You gotta do
No,
yours, my boy. This is your question.
The first part, success, it's pretty much almost the same as what Lizzy said. I don't really care how much money I make, really, or like where I'm at. I just kind of want to be happy with myself. I want to be able to die and be like, well, I did what I could. You know what I'm saying? Without all the what ifs and the worries and all that stuff. Like lately, I don't
Let's
know.
have a courtesy shot.
Courtesy said yeah to that, yeah. I don't know. It's just lately I've been working on myself. No, I'm just saying, no, working on myself. I've been realizing certain things. Like I'm not really much of the person to like chase after like the money or the power or all that. I just kind of want to be. I want to be comfortable. I think that's the goal, is to be comfortable. I want to know, like, I just want to chill. Like, I don't know. I don't really have, like, I just want to be good in my mind. I think that's the biggest thing. I want to be good in my mind because wherever I'm at, I mean, as far as, like, career success goes, it is what it is. Or, like, relationship success, it is what it is. I just want to be happy with me. That's what success looks like. But I feel like once you be cool with yourself, everything else just falls into place. Even when because the negative shit never stops.
Right.
It never stops. Mm-hmm. But just to but I want to be able to just block that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of like fighting. You're gonna get hit. You definitely gonna get hit. But you can learn how to block and deflect and bob and weave. Mm-hmm. I think that's where I want my mentality to be. I'm tired of complaining about things. And I mean, you're gonna complain about certain things, but there's certain things I'm just tired of complaining about. I'm tired of having the same mental issues or whatever the fuck. I just want to be cool. Because once I'm good up here, life in itself, like just living, is subjective as fuck. Like you can be successful, you can be unsuccessful as far as like what America deems to be, or wherever you're at deems to be successful or not. But like me personally, mentally, like real wealth, it's the mind. You know, it's not even really just knowledge. It's just
the mindset.
Being in balance within yourself, being in nirvana with yourself, loving yourself, knowing yourself, knowing how to control your emotions, knowing how to say the right things. It's not even about saying the right things, but just articulating yourself to a point where everybody can understand you. Kind of like, you know, I know I'm atheist and all that stuff, but there was this Bible story about Jesus, and he would sit in the middle of a crowd full of folks that all speak different languages, and he would speak the word and everyone knew exactly what the fuck was being said. I'm not going to act like I believe that, but right. The situation itself, that's the type of person I'm trying to be.
I got a quick question.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Because that speaks to, he wasn't communicating, he was doing communion. He was letting his heart melt into others' hearts, and they understood his heart. So therefore the language is universal.
I got a question. Do you think anybody that dies really feel like they met their max potential? And then I'm gonna let you answer the fucking, do you feel like you reached your max potential? But do you really feel like anybody that dies, besides like millionaires and shit, feels like they met their maximum potential?
I feel like certain geniuses do.
Yeah, people that create shit and shit like that. I'm talking about an everyday nigga. Like,
I feel like certain people who made peace with themselves, or certain people who, let's say, like reach certain levels of enlightenment, or even after that, certain levels of soul and body. I think those people who really made peace with their existence, and then have achieved everything they wanted to fucking achieve, and really is like living that life.
Niggas that get that like down on a daily basis, like regular everyday niggas like me.
I guess
ain't that shit sad? Because at the end of the day, if they can look out of body, right? they could be like, damn, I was just about to do this. I feel like nobody ever like that died early or at a young age ever feels like they like kind of like met their max potential. You know what I mean? Even like people like Pop Smoke or something, just for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure if he's somewhere looking like, damn, bro, I ain't have no kids. I didn't have a loving wife. I didn't get to like enjoy my success and all this other shit. Like, it's just like, I don't know. Am I getting too deep?
No.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead. Can you answer?
So when it comes to potential, I don't think anyone ever reaches their max potential. Wait, I said that wrong. Yeah, I said that right. I'm gonna explain why I say that. It's because potential is something that you could do. If I see potential in yourself, actually, I really don't even know the real meaning of potential, to be really honest with you. Like, before I even say anything, what's the meaning? What is the definition of potential? Because I always thought potential is what you could do, right?
Right.
So how can you have maximum of what you could do if everybody legit, like in reality, everybody is always you're either always at your max potential or never at your max potential. Because potential is what you could do. Something that you could do.
Even people
could
like
not
Tom
happen.
Brady, he's lost Super Bowls. Somebody like LeBron James, he's lost NBA championships. Somebody that was at their max potential. Even people like MJ, even though he's won every finals he went to, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's still like damn, bro, I could have went to the finals every year if I just had, you know what I mean, the right team around me or some shit like that. So you hit a key point. You was like, I don't think anybody ever reaches their max potential.
Oh, that's why you're okay. Now I understand what you're saying. Now.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
The full
So,
potential. Full potential is to become the best one can be. Do you mean full potential?
No, what's potential? It's in itself.
Shit. It is having or showing the capacity to become or develop into something in the future. Latent qualities or abilities that may be developed and lead to future success or usefulness.
So what you could do.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say that you're either at your max or at none at all is because, okay, you can actually...
You never at your max.
No.
Because just like the example I made of LeBron and Tom Brady, they two of the greatest, athletes to do their own profession, but they still lost in NBA finals or NFL like Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't think you ever at your max potential.
I think okay,
but I think you can meet your potential the best you can be, right? Your full potential. That's what he was saying about full potential versus max potential.
Mm-hmm.
Max potential is you could have been the greatest of all time. Now, full potential is something different, like the best you can be.
Mm-hmm.
So
versus the best anyone can be.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I said, I wouldn't say anyone's at their full potential or max potential. I don't think. Excuse me. That thought of, damn, could I have done more? Whatever the fuck. I think everybody thinks that when they die. It's kind of like saying, you're ready for a kid. When you have a kid, everybody's dumbfounded for the first couple of months, unless it's the second kid. Sometimes they still learning. You know what I'm saying? You're always learning. There's nothing to a point where it's like, oh, I've done everything. Or I have max potential and there's still stuff that I can do. Because there's always stuff that you can do. You can literally be perfect example. Actually, this is a perfect example. I'm going to shut up. I'm reading Baki right now. Baki's like, I'm on that shit heavy, right? And with the full potential or max potential, either one, you know what I'm saying? You got somebody like Hanma, which is Baki's father. Everybody thinks that nigga is the strongest. Like, that nigga is the strongest. Mm-hmm. He has that would be full potential. He is at his full potential because no one can surpass him at the point, but he can still go stronger. Mm-hmm. So that's full potential, correct? Mm-hmm. You have made it that you are the best you can be, right? You're the best you. That actually is both full and max, because not only have you proven to yourself that you are the best you can be, you are also the best in the world, as far as we know. because there's always somebody who's better. Always. What I'm saying is, when it comes to max potential, full potential, whatever, it's what you could do, what you probably represent when you're doing something or whatever. And someone like Yujiro Hanma, Baki's father, who's supposedly the strongest. Damn it, I'm gonna spoil it. I just thought about it. Damn.
Go ahead.
Nah.
They probably know what you're talking about, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, people that watch my podcast.
Okay, so it gets to a point where, you know what I'm saying, Baki and Hanma wind up fighting. And it's obvious during the fight that Baki is extremely strong. He's matching up with his father here and there, making his father bleed. Woo woo. The invincible Hanma, but Hanma still winds up beating Baki's ass. But Hanma winds up. This is when I realized that he's actually a good father, not an asshole. How they portrayed him in the first season. He winds up forfeiting his title as the strongest and giving it to Baki, based off potential. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I won. Like, technically, he won that fight, but when it comes to potential, where he's at right now, at an 18-year-old boy versus somebody who's like at their full potential, I think that's where I was getting at. Someone at their full potential versus someone at their max potential. Because max potential is just saying that you have you have so much to go for, versus somebody who's just the best they are, and also just, you know, bigger than anyone. I don't know. Am I saying it
no,
right?
I get it.
Exactly. I should find a definition for max potential, mind you. I did find a definition for full potential.
Oh, I'm just assuming I'm assuming what max potential means.
Yeah.
But it is for the understanding that we have, we're all on the same page for the most part.
Yeah.
So that, I think that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? And to answer your question, when you die, like, I mean, I feel like everybody, like, it's kind of like how I said with when you have a kid, you're never ready for a kid, no matter how prepared you are. Just like no one's really prepared for death. So when you're about to die, even though you can be like, man, I'm straight, you know what I'm saying? Even I'm kind of contradicting myself, because even when I said before, like, I want to be able to die and be like, oh, I did the best I could, but
you're never gonna.
No one knows the thoughts you're gonna have when you're about to die. You could be literally 102 years old and done everything, but when you're about to die, there's always gonna be that thought, man, what could I have done? You think about the 102 years that you've been living. And some of the years you was just laying back. Some of the years, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're a complete nirvana of what you did, you had no regrets or anything. I feel like you're still going to ask yourself, could I have done better? It's always going to happen.
You know a weird ass dream I keep having, and maybe we probably should have talked about this off the podcast, but I feel like, bro, I keep having this dream that, like, I get shot, bro. And I'm thinking, like, fuck, I had X, Y, and Z to do. And that shit always scares me out of my sleep. Because I keep having the exact same dream, nigga. When I tell you it's the exact same shit, it's literally the exact same shit. Like, I'm literally laying there on the concrete. And obviously it's different scenarios, but I'm laying on the concrete like, damn, bro, I had this lined up, I had this lined up, and I had this lined up. And I know I'm dying, type shit. That's weird. And I hope I'm not speaking this into existence, but that's the dream I keep having, bro. It happened like every couple months. Wait, my bad. Go ahead. What was you finna say?
No, I mean,
you never gave your.
I mean, we kind of off that.
Nah, I'm just saying you can go back. You
did bring up something kind of deep though. It's not really random. Just saying.
Yeah.
You've been having it constantly. So
no, that shit's been happening for years.
Exactly.
And every time I had a dream, I wake up like, what the fuck? And I just be like, what in the fuck? If God trying to tell me, if there is a God, obviously. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, is that like, you know how movies, they foreshadow shit? And they like give little hints of what's up to come and shit? I hope that's not my destiny. But at the same time, we never got your viewpoint on, like, are you living up to are you comfortable with what you are and what is success to you?
Oh, are you done speaking to the point now?
I'm done.
Okay. Success to me looks like, for one.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. Hold up. I'm gonna make this really quick. I didn't answer the second part. the second part would be, do I feel like I'm at my maximal or max potential or full potential right now? No. Am I taking the steps to get there? Kinda. I'm not gonna sit here and say yes, because I feel like there's more things to just, mental, there's physical, there's a lot of things.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, because I've been saying, I said yes, but in all honesty, no.
Yeah. I'm not doing it completely. I'm not taking it as serious as I should.
Yeah, because it's like certain opportunities that I'm passing on. It's like certain like things that I'm just like, I don't know if this would be a good look and shit like that. So honestly, kinda. My bad. Go ahead.
You finish your point?
My bad. I did cut you.
Yeah. I'll just say that I don't feel like that I'm at my potential or where I should be as far as, I feel like I do have potential. I definitely do. Mm-hmm. I know that I can do anything that I put my mind to. That's one thing that I take absolute confidence in. Well, not everything, but if I know how to do it, if I know what I'm doing, I take complete confidence in it, and I will take whatever reward or consequence that comes with whatever choices that I make in my life. I don't think that I'm taking certain things seriously due to being stubborn or due to pride, due to adolescence, all that. I don't think that I'm taking all the steps I should be taking to be successful in where I want to be successful in. Mm-hmm. And there's certain things that I feel like are unattainable. And even though it is, and I have to work past that. So that's what I would say, and that is it. My bad. I'm sorry. I forgot I didn't answer. I'm gonna work on shortening.
I feel the same way.
I'm gonna work on shortening my answers. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like I've been talking too much.
Nah, you good. Go ahead.
Well, success looks like to me, first thing is how do I put this? Always having faith in my ancestors, because I know a lot of the time I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but they always know what the fuck I'm doing, because I do a lot of things in life through spirit, and I don't even know why, So I'm learning now in my journey to always have faith in my ancestors, because they always have put me in successful situations, every time, like every time. Second point, to have faith in my manifestations, because I am a generating manifester. For the people who know, if you know, you know. I am a generating manifester. So literally, what I think.
That eyebrow shit he just did. He said.
Literally. So, literally, what I think, I can make. You know what I'm saying? Literally, what I believe to be true and what I literally can.
And that's what I struggle with too, because my bad, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
What's this?
I do that.
Try to hold your thought.
So, damn, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
My bad, bro. I do that a lot, people, because we all still lit.
No, you gotta remind him, because I don't know the last thing he said. I don't be.
He said he's not good at believing in his manifestations.
Oh, wait. Okay, so there we go. So my second point is always have faith in my manifestation, because I am a generating manifester. So meaning literally what I think to be true and what I think in my mind, I can always manifest in the physical world. So if I feel like I can get 100 grand, I can get 100 grand. And I will think of so many ways, and I will look into so many ways. And I come back to that first point by following the ancestors, because a lot of the times I do things through spirit. I don't even know fucking why. A lot of the times I'll be up to 3 a.m. and I can't sleep, but I will be looking into how I can invest my money. I will be looking into how I can help my family get to a different way of putting their money together. So that's why I know 1 and 2 have faith always. That's what success looks like to me. The second part, I'm never comfortable. Never. Like, to me, even never. Because I learned that me as a person, I always evolve and grow through adversity. constant transformation and transmutation. That is actually in my life's numbers, to always be adapted to change, to always change. I had a very nomadic childhood, so even with that, I was very much already built to take in people and draw people towards me, because I've always met so many different people. I moved so many different places. I lived a lot more life than a lot of people around me, you know, so I'm kind of built for this shit, you know what I'm saying? So I really grow and evolve the best through adversity. So I'm always doing me. I'm always looking for ways to be better. I'm always putting into spirit, you know, with the food, with the fitness, with meditation, with even just taking in the right energies of people that actually mean me well, who actually, you know what the fuck I got going on, because that goes into that manifesting generator, because a generator is a person who could give energy and gives a lot of energy, but the manifestor is the one who can make the reality of it, right? So me being both of those, I have to be mindful of who I have around me, because whatever they say into me, you know, if I feel it to be true, that could be my reality. So if a person says, yo, I think you're stupid, and I really value their opinion, and I really feel it to be true, I can manifest and generate in my own mind, yo, you're a fucking idiot. And I will literally start to question everything I do and anything I do, knowing damn well I've did this shit 100 times before. So I say all of that to say I'm constantly growing, constantly evolving, because to be comfortable is to become complacent, and to be complacent is to die. So that's that.
Damn. This episode was deep. It was like therapeutic to me. I don't know about y'all niggas. Maybe I'm drunk. Either way, made me look at shit from a different perspective. So I do appreciate my nigga Trey.
For sure. I almost went here.
He almost wasn't.
I had to do some school shit.
The fact that he joined the pod, hey man, that's all we can ask. Shout out to my nigga Shrimp for giving his perspective all the motherfucking time. Shout out to Lizzy with the Glizzy for being here. Normally couldn't be here because, you know, work schedule and shit like that. But at the end of the day, he's still part of the podcast, even though he's not on the logo. So we in this hole. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And y'all got anything to say before we head out?
Leave comments under below, I said under below. Leave comments below on how you feel about certain topics that we talked about. Please give us feedback on what we can do better. What should we talk about next time? If you want to be if you're in the state of California, of course, or in San Diego, if you want to be part of a episode, go on ahead and hit one of us up. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, man. Without further ado, we off the lick.
I feel like naturally I only say the lick. I can't off. I can't get the off part. And because when you say when you say and we off, and I'm like the lick. I never say off the lick.
It's all good, but I appreciate everybody that's watching. You know what I mean? We got a lot of people that watch that don't comment, but it's all good. Even if you don't want to comment, we ain't asking you, begging you to comment. It's all good. Just as long as you watching, you know, you supporting, and just let us know.
And share.
Yeah, share. Share this shit, man. It don't matter if you got 5 fucking Instagram followers, 5 fucking Facebook friends, 5 Twitter followers. Just share this shit, cause you never know who's gonna catch on to this shit. So just make sure y'all niggas like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share. That's one thing we gonna say, share. Other than that, we out.
On the phone, so to sleep, I can't fight it. Locked in my mode, I feel like I'm indicted. Alternating code, and I think that I like it. Look at my drip, got these hoes all excited. They tried to kill me, the fire ignited, and I beat the bullet. These niggas ain't like me. They think I'm a demon, I'm really enlightened. When I hit the block, I hit harder than Tyson. On the phone, so to sleep, I can't fight it.